I'm like, they'll all be happy. But anyway, hello, friends. Look, I have a special guest.
Hello.
Jess and Reed's Romance is alive and well, and she's here to join us for some sprints today because, I just wanted some friends because we got snow last night.
You got snow?
Mm-hmm.
It's still 80 degrees over here. I'm so over it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with it. That's what I was going to say today. I was like, I don't want to cry about it. I don't want to be whiny about it. Like, it's fine. It's cold, but it's okay. And it was slippery this morning when I had to go somewhere. So I'm like watching people be like, slow down. And people who are honking at people for going too slow, I'm like, shut up, sir. Let them go as slow as they want. I do not need to get hit. Like, it's the first couple weeks of snow. I'm fine if you're a grandma driving around. Like,
yeah, everybody needs to chill out.
Yeah, well, and it's like we have so many new people moving to Fargo all the time. You don't know which people have ever even seen snow before. So just
like me, I wouldn't know how to drive in it at all.
Right. So it's like calm yourself down. Anyway. But anywho, well, before we went live, I was just gushing about the King of Greed. I got my pretty version in, and we ended up talking about there being too many versions of books because I don't know. I'm always torn about it. I'm torn about it because I'm fine with people making as many as they want when it's like book boxes doing it.
Yeah.
But when the publisher makes that many available, it's just a little bit exhausting.
And also, they all came out at the same time. I cannot justify spending that much money on the same book like at one time. Like, over time, if new versions would come about, I'd probably be like, oh no, I really love this book, I want multiple versions. But it's just, I can't justify to myself, oh, I want to get the Walmart version because there's an illustration in there that I really, really love. I want to get the Canada version because, I mean, if you've seen my bookshelf, well, not this one, but the other one, it's full of black books. I just love black backgrounds, like I just do. And I want all the darn editions, but like I'm just not going to have 3 different versions of the same book. And it's just so annoying because I want them all. And so it's mostly just kind of like whiny, poor me.
The other side of it is like at least they're all the same price. It's not like book boxes where you're gonna have to pay $50 to get it.
Yeah.
So there's that. But at least for sure with like the Barnes & Noble one, like it's only available till it's sold out. So you're like, of course I have to get it.
Exactly, because I don't have King of Wrath Barnes & Noble edition, and I'm mad about it because, of course, I was late to the game for this series. But I'll eventually get it. They pop up every once in a while. So
I know. Well, and I still I don't know. You never know. I always check every Barnes & Noble that I go into just in case, because you never know if the people in that area realize how special it is.
Yeah.
Because now that these type of books are showing up everywhere, you don't know. Some people don't know what they have, and they'll be like, oh, no, I like the boring one better.
Yeah. Yeah.
So sometimes you find a gem, and it's like, do you not realize like how rare it is to have it left?
Some people don't. I missed it. I missed like one of the older Lisa Kleypas books that I don't have. And of course it was only on sale for like 2 seconds, but it was for $5.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I missed this. And it's like one of the ones that I've been looking for.
I have those eBay alerts on for certain ones because someday there'll be someone who doesn't know what they have.
I mean, like, I was like, you could have sold this for much higher. $5 is a freaking steal, but whatevs, so some people do, post books, and I'm just like, I'm snatching you up right now.
Well, people take their mom's books into the thrift store, and I get it for $2, and I'm like,
I wish we had more. I don't really have that much used bookstores in my area, but whenever I start taking trips again, that's definitely gonna be a priority, is going raid other people's used bookstores.
I know. It's all the rage. All right, well, let's see. You want snow. Well, I mean, I don't know where you live, but hopefully it's coming for you. I don't know. You were let out of work early, Mel. Well, nice.
We love a good early work day.
Yeah, you must have got out at noon today. Nice. Ready to be productive. All right. So much to do this weekend. Well, we're here to help. We are here to help. There's so many editions. Yeah, there is. Well, and I mean, I wasn't on this like live show, but I watched it where they talked about like, are there too many editions of some stuff? And like in my side of it, I'm like, yes, I think there are too many, but do I think they need to stop? I don't know. Because like
it's coming from a place of I want to buy them all.
Right.
And can I justify spending the money on the same book that many times? I don't know. Sometimes yes, and sometimes
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Well, and also I like the point of not to redo a discussion they have, but the point of like some smaller chains like need an incentive to get you to buy from them instead of Amazon because like
Right.
what Amazon had Iron Flame available for $14 for the hardback when I ordered it. I'm getting
Yeah.
a copy of Iron Flame for $14. You
Yeah.
can't get that at any brick and mortar store. Like they
Right.
are a horrible monopoly. So I understand offering special things so that people will pay a regular price for the book.
Agree. And I've
So,
ordered from like indie bookstores. I can't remember which one it was of Kennedy Ryan's that there
yep,
was an incentive to get a signed copy from a local
I did that
bookstore from
too, for
hers. And
real.
I did it. I mean, I
Yeah,
was like, absolutely, I will pay for a signed copy
yeah.
from you from this little small bookstore. Absolutely. Love it.
That was the bookstore in Georgia that, we
Yeah.
got to go in that one. Yeah, I got real from there too. They're called, like I can't remember the name of it,
It's
but
some
yeah.
with an E, right? Some with an
Is
E.
it Eagle
Yeah.
Bookstore?
Maybe
Is it
it's
like
Eagle
Eagle?
Bookstore, but
Eagle
yeah.
Online Bookstore? I don't know, but I mean, I did that. I ordered from Diana Gabaldon's local bookstore. It took
Yeah.
me 7 months to get my book. No, I'm just kidding. 3.5 months to get my book though, because she had to sign 30,000 books.
30,000. Can you imagine? My hand would hurt so bad. Like,
Gosh, I
I
mean,
feel
she
badly
obviously
for
does it in
authors.
passes, but holy
Yeah.
God, so yeah, I ended up buying a copy the day it came out, and then 3.5 months later, my signed copy showed up. And her signature is literally just a little like D at
Squiggle.
this point. Yeah. Because
Squiggle. Her hand was probably cramping. I can't lie. I feel really bad for authors who have to sign a bunch of copies because
right.
your hand must hurt so bad.
Right. And I totally get it. I mean, I want your hands to stay nice so you can write me words more than I need your signature. But
Yeah.
the
I
same, like,
was
Harper St. George or Harper St. George, not Harper St. George, Harper L. Woods, Adelaide Forest, she's switching to a stamp now
yeah.
because she's like,
I mean,
I have carpal tunnel.
it's
So,
still the signature, but I
yeah.
mean, I don't need it to be like a pen. Like if you want to stamp your signature, I'm
Yeah.
perfectly okay with that.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, whatever. Or even, I'm even okay with there being other incentives than a signature. I'm that person, like, I don't
Yeah.
know. But
I think it might have been Mystic Box that someone had asked, like, "Hey, is this like real and authentic? Because like, are they like bought a secondhand Mystic Box from somewhere? Like,
yeah,
is this authentic? Because like the signature looks different." And everyone's like, "She probably got tired by that time."
right.
Whenever she
That's
was,
how you know it's authentic.
yeah, she's like, she was tired. She was like, "Okay, my first letter, and that's
Mhm.
it."
Usually you choose either or for the books. Yeah. Yeah. And see, this isn't even talking about like I'm usually going to get the audiobook for certain fantasy ones and then I might want an ebook too cuz it's so damn heavy. So I'm
You
already investing like 70 books for
I
when
was
they
about to say I do the same thing. The books that I really love, I'm like ebook and physical version, absolutely. Sometimes the audiobook too. So I already have technically 3 versions of the same book.
right.
So, yeah, I mean,
Yep, like that's what I did for Silver Flames. I'd pre-ordered both the audio and the ebook.
yeah,
And then I went and bought a physical book. So I was like,
exactly.
wow, great. I have, and that's before there was any like, which edition do you want with this? And I was like, I went wherever it was in town because I wanted to buy from local, but I
Yeah,
went and checked and I was like, well, Target had it first. So there we go.
yeah.
They hadn't even put it out on the shelf yet. And I was like, sir, can you go get me that? Like, you should have this on the shelves. People want this today.
Like, do you not know what day it is?
Do not know. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Hi, Warda. So good to see you. Yes, October went by so damn fast. They all
It
just
really did.
watch Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, I never thought of Facebook Marketplace.
My dad's always in there. Hi, V. Hello. Reading Empire the Vampire. Oh, yeah. Damn. I should reread that before March, but I don't know what's going to happen. That book was huge and depressing, but very good. I can't wait to read the next one. Sometimes you have the audio, ebook, and paperback. Yep. Same. Same for all of it. But yeah, so we should tell us what we're reading. So in the chat, tell us what you're reading, and we'll go through our books and then we'll get started so we can get to the good stuff.
Okay, I don't know which book I want to read, so I actually wanted to ask you guys' opinion. So I just finished the last book in the Chance Sisters by Anne Gracie, The Summer Bride, and I just loved it so much. I gave it 5 stars, and I'm like, you know what? I'm in a historical mood. I've read some really great historicals, like the new Erin Langston novella, like just hit the spot. So I'm like, I'm gonna stick with that. And I looked on Goodreads to see like other popular series by Anne Gracie. And this is so funny. So I got them from my library, 2 different series. And the first books in both of the series are both a marriage of convenience trope. So one of them is called The Stolen Princess, and it's about a single mom. And so she has a son, and apparently, I don't know where because it didn't say in the synopsis, but her son is set to inherit a throne, and they're running away from someone. And then this ex-soldier, this like saves them basically and offers a marriage of convenience. So like I guess there's like a little danger element. So that's The Stolen Princess, and the other one is Marry in Haste, where there's a guy who finds out that he inherits a title, and then I think he discovers he has half sisters as well. So all of a sudden he has responsibilities, and he proposes a marriage convenience with their teacher, who's kind of been like a mother figure to them. So I'm like, I don't know which one I want to read. What should I read?
I do not know that. I mean, The Stolen Princess sounds great. And so I had bought a bunch last month or at the beginning of the month. I found a bunch of her books, and I have The Stolen Princess. So
you do? Okay. I'll read it and let you know what it's like.
You want, or do a first chapter challenge with them or whatever.
Oh, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna read the first chapter of both of them while we're doing sprints, and then I'll pick from there.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. I think I got because are those ones all titled Stolen?
I believe so. I think it's called the Devil's Rider series. I can go look up and see what the other books in the series are.
Yeah, because I got a few that have Stolen in them. But I actually ended up with 2 Stolen Princess because I just bought all the Anne Gracie, and I grabbed 2 of the same book.
Oh, really?
And then I was scanning them into my phone, and then it said, "Whoop, you already added this." And I was like, "No, I didn't."
That's funny.
It's right there.
Yeah, I also read the Meridew sisters, and I don't have physical copies of those. I need to get them. Oh, so they don't all have Stolen in the title, actually. They're completely different, which is interesting because the Meridew sisters, they all have Perfect in them. The Chance sisters all have Bride in them. But the first book in this series is The Stolen Princess. The second one is His Captive Lady.
Okay.
They all have different kinds of titles, which is interesting.
Well, then it's probably just because I have 2 copies of Stolen Princess, and I said Stolen. That could be. Oh, they were only $2 a piece, so I just grabbed them all.
Bargain. Love it.
I like it. Okay.
What are you reading?
Do it first chapters. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna continue with my audiobook because I feel like working on my cross-stitch project. So right now I'm listening to The Duke Who Knew Too Much, which this is the Hearts of Iniquity series, and this is a mystery story because he woke up next to his mistress. They'd both been poisoned, but she died from the poison and he didn't. So, and the heroine is looking into the crime, and he keeps trying to convince her not to look into the crime, and then eventually is like, you know what? I like this girl. I want to marry her. So I'm going to do that. So that's what I'm right now is he's like, we'll look into it together and we'll get married. And I'm like, but won't the person then be trying to kill the woman that you're going to marry? I don't know. We'll see what happens. So that's the audiobook I have. And then I also have still like a spooky Halloween one that I want to get to. This one involves this woman summons a demon to protect her from her assaulter, like the person who assaulted her. She wants protection, and she accidentally really summons a demon who wants to protect her. So there's that.
Who's that author?
Yeah, so this is Kay Alster.
Okay.
This is only her second book. She's actually a viewer of my channel, and I really liked the first one. The Devil and I was the book by her.
Oh, cool.
So I'm really enjoying this. She does write in a tense that is difficult for me. It's like that first person, like present tense.
Okay.
And describes everything a little much.
Okay.
And not in the like overly descriptive area, but I think we talked about this when I first read it. She doesn't use any contractions.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's so funny when you start noticing. Yeah, it's not natural because everybody contracts words.
Right.
Maybe it's her, maybe that she feels like it makes it more like formal and historical.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's not historical though.
Oh, no, that's the fantasy one, or the monster one.
Yeah, it's paranormal, but yeah, so it's a bit tough, but it's also pretty short. So we'll see. I want to finish this today, but yeah, it's that thing like I am going to it's just very like, It doesn't flow well because that's not how we talk, but I'm still interested to see what it does. So we'll try that. Let's see what a few people are reading. It looks like Monica's reading The Autumn Bride. So there's that.
Oh my goodness. I hope you enjoy. I love it. We just recorded our podcast episode yesterday.
I love it. Don't bang your step bro. All right. That's good life advice. I like that there. Spookily yours. All right. I love still the spooky stuff going on. Taking advantage of getting out early and starting on some binds. All right. I love it. Twisted Love. Tunnel of Bones. Ooh, that's Victoria Schwab. Interesting. Oh, hello. Reading Wolf Gone Wild. Woo! Love to see it. Love to see it. Middle of Shield of Winter.
Oh, that's the Nalini Singh.
Yes. All right. Yeah, the newest Lana Perchek just came out, but
I saw her. I need to catch up. I'm so behind.
Yeah. King of Pride, Binding 13. Reading Earl's Russian. Okay. I've been wanting to read some Jennifer Haymore. I bought quite a few of hers. Oh, Waiting on Rain. Okay. So that's the spinoff series, right, Ruth? That's about the brothers. The brothers from Worth the Wait, Worth the Fight, like those ones.
But who's it a spinoff for?
Well, it's the brothers of the woman who owns the ranch, or like the healing ranch.
Oh, I forgot she has brothers.
Yeah, there's a spinoff series about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I just haven't dived into it, but yeah, Damaged Goods. Oh, that's a fanfic here. Yes. Oh yeah, Keisha, I was just talking with you. Yeah, she is reading them. Twisted Games. Yeah, that's my favorite one in the series too. I don't know what you'll start. You have Reckless Hearts. Oh my word. Way to rub it in, Daniela. Okay. All right. Way to rub it in. Read Jagger Cole. Love it. Twisted Love and Twisted Games. You like? Okay, keep going. You want to finish one more book and you'll have 31 books this month. Nice.
That's amazing. I haven't read that much this month.
95% of the problem with dating. Oh,
that's the new one, right?
Yeah.
I haven't read that one yet.
Yeah. I had an arc of it and I just had too many arcs this month. And I was like, something's got to go. And it ended up being that one. But I still want to get to it. Oh, she's loving it. Good.
Awesome.
It's a spinoff. We've already seen Matt and Abby at the wedding for the first time.
Oh, I love it. Matt and Abby, my favorite. I mean,
they're just it's so good. Oh my god.
It's just such a sweet, like, give me a toothache, but like made me feel all warm inside romance.
Yeah.
It was just what I needed.
I don't know if I told you this, but I did message Claudia and ask like where we could get where I could get a copy of her book, like how we could get it, but it is a publisher's book. And we have discontinued it.
Well, that's
like, I know. So she's like, if you bug them enough, and I was like, I mean, I can rally some support if I need to. I
wonder how long they have been out of print, because usually if they don't sell enough books, they'll try to they'll offer the rights back to the authors. And being an indie nowadays is a lot better. So maybe she could get the rights back and then sell it herself.
I know. Because I look too, and there's no even like old copies that I've seen on where there's like audio CD, you can buy it.
This audio CDs.
Yeah, so I'll be on the lookout for them. But yeah, none of those were available. And I was like, do you know? I was like, do you know of anyone who's had any of them? And she's like, no, I'm sorry. So I was like, so that'll be like my only 6-star book I've ever had where I can't own it.
I know
about it. I'm like, no. But anyway, all right. Well, let's get into these. I'll be interested to see which one you end up picking. So good luck with that. I'm sure it will be a win-win no matter what. So
yes, I'm gonna go pop and put my clothes in the dryer and then I'll start.
Sounds good. We'll get this going. Ooh. And we'll be back soon. Yay. So what did you pick?
So I'm still reading the first chapter. They're actually very long chapters. It's like one of those books that has long chapters. But the Marriage and Haste one, so they haven't even met yet. But in the other one, The Stolen Princess, they have met. And it's very interesting. So I don't know yet. They're both so good. I'm going to end up by reading both of them, honestly. So I might just finish this chapter and then I'll pick one of them. But
yeah,
I love both of them. I mean, Anne Gracie's writing is just really good.
I'm glad. Well, Monica, have fun at Five Nights at Freddy's. Enjoy.
Yay, 5 stars. Love it.
Love it. Kamal, did you decide what you were going to read? You wanted to read some Mafia? I love it. You took a nap. Hey, that works. Whatever you want, man. My book is good. They figured out who the murderer is, but they can't find him. And I'm like, he's going to kidnap his woman. I know how this goes. Like,
classic. Of course he is.
But one of the things, I just realized that's still one of the things I'm liking, though, is like, she's like listening to him when he says, okay, you can help with this, but there are certain things you can't go to. He's like, we will include you as much as you can. Like, that's what he like asks of her. And they're doing that so far, like really. Because first in the beginning, she was trying to do stuff by herself. And now he's like, if I take you on everything you can go to, when I say you can't come, like you can't come. Right. She's like, okay. And they're doing that so far. Like when they went to go confront him, he's like, no, you have to stay home this time because we're going with guns. And she's like, oh, okay. But we found out who it is and I want to be there. And he's like, I know, but you got to stay home. But they can't find the dude. So I'm like, he's going to try to kidnap her.
She has to stay home. She's probably going to get kidnapped whenever he's like away going to investigate.
Yeah. Well, and we'll see. I think she might still like try and maybe not even mean to do it on her own, but be like, oh, I'm just going to ask this person one question. And then that's my like,
if I'll be back quickly, he won't even notice that I'm gone.
Right. Like it won't be dangerous. It's the middle of the day.
Yeah, of course.
But I mean, even if that does happen, like I wouldn't be annoyed with this heroine because she's doing a good job. Like it's not the annoying kind of help, you know?
Right. That's good.
Which often happens in historicals, I feel like. When it's something that a woman's not supposed to do.
Right.
They get obstinate about it or headstrong about it.
Right. Like you can't tell me what to do. And so I'm going to go do this dangerous thing that I know I'm not supposed to do anyway, just because you told me not to. I don't like that.
Right. And then you're like, yeah, but it was stupid.
Yeah, it was stupid. I know you want to do it, but you have to agree it's a stupid decision.
Yeah, it's that thing of like, yes, we have free will. We have the free will to also be stupid.
Yes, exactly. It's like, how what do you want to prove? You want to prove him right after you're kidnapped? Like, come on.
Yeah. Okay, let's see some. I end up starting The Goodbye Governess. Oh, I need to read more Scarlett Scott.
I think I have a book by her, but I haven't read it yet. It's just one of those that's been sitting on my Kindle.
I liked hers. I'm like 4 books into a 7-book series, and I've liked them. The issue is that 2 out of these 4 have been like second chance ones, but they're the kind of second chance where like our family kept us apart.
Oh.
And I'm okay with that sometimes.
But like if that's the only trick you got for a second chance.
And I remember reading ahead and like I know the next one is also that, and there's like a lot of secret babies in this. Yeah. Now it's coming back to me why I took a break. But she has other series. Like I like her writing. I like her books are a bit darker. And I like that, but I think I need to try a different series because that's what it was. It was a lot of like secret babies in a row, and I was like,
yeah, know how you love that.
Yeah, know how I just love those. Just love those so much, especially the kind of secret baby it is. We're like, oh, he doesn't care about me, or he said something bad about me.
Right.
Sweet, getting your binding done. Love it. 12% into Reckless. Oh, I'm glad you like winter stuff. She's pretty cool. She's the type of hard-edged person that I like. I stuck with Gratify, but you have Jagger Cole lined up. Love it. Jagger Cole's sorry, late to the party. Just started reading The Duke's Accidental Bride by Eva Devon. Oh, Eva Devon. Which book am I reading again? I am reading the first book in the Hearts of Inquiry, The Duke Who Knew Too Much. So And yeah, I do love this because this is a family that is all of the like siblings of one of the other heroes. And there's a lot of like blue collar heroes in this series. So I like that.
That's good. I like a good blue collar hero.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Made it halfway through. Sweet. Yeah. No, I like it. And I love this. The narrator of these is she always does content. I just totally forgot it. But it's a narrator that I really like. And every time I start one of her books, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I like her English accent, but she does the men so well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she does the men really well. And as soon as she started, I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. That's why I like her. But I forget. Who's this? Oh, it's Erin Mallon. That's who it is. Yeah, she does a lot.
I don't know if I've listened to a book by that narrator.
Yeah, she does a lot of contemporary ones. She's usually paired with Joe Arden or Teddy Hamilton. Like she's done a lot of new adult ones. So you probably recognize her. Because does she have a second name? I feel like one of them would know that. But yeah, but she does a lot of historicals too, which I discovered when I read the other series by Grace Calloway. She liked a bunch of those. So, but yeah. Also, my little project's going good. I'm working on Thistle.
Oh, look how cute. I love that.
So that's what I'm working on right now. I started a rewatch of Outlander last night, and I was like, I'm gonna work on a little Thistle. That'll be fun. So that is, we'll see how far I go with that.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't do all of it, but also I'm like, I always am watching something. I was like, why not watch something at least I've seen before so that
Yeah.
I won't get as distracted. But
I know. That's why, for the most part, when I have free time, I want to read a book, but I also like having background noise, and I end up by putting something like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings on in the background. So I feel that.
Yeah. I don't like hearing the sound of my clock or the like heat register makes weird noises.
Mm-hmm.
And that's more like distracting to me than having like, yeah, because that's what I like had on. I have a fire going on though.
Yeah, I have Harry Potter aesthetic going on, like classroom noises going on in the background.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
love it. It's like my go-to like fall type of thing to listen to.
Yeah. That's when I first started doing it too. I did that in like the winter time. I was like, oh, this is the thing. Perfect.
Yeah, I love having like crackling fires and like snowy backgrounds. I think honestly, I started doing it whenever I saw that you would have that. Like I could hear it in the background in our messages. I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
what is that?
Yeah. Well, I like rain the most. I don't
Mhm.
like it to have music, which is why
Yeah,
I don't do the Harry Potter ones as much because otherwise I pay attention to that. But if it's like
yeah.
rain, I like the snowstorms and the rainstorms and sometimes the beach, but yeah,
I listened to a couple of beach ones this summer, but I still like the rain as well. I have lots of rain ones too. But the Harry Potter ones that I have, it's like it's not like soundtracky. It's like very like soft. It's
yeah.
like, so it's like perfect. It sounds just kind of like magical in the background. So I'm loving that. But Juliet was just texting me. I was like zoning out for a second because
Mhm.
she texted me about plane seats for Rare Edinburgh next year,
Yeah.
like next September. So it's a
Wow.
long while, but I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited that we're going.
That's so cool.
I know.
Oh, good. That'll be great. I would definitely want to go there someday.
Yeah, I went to London, but all we did was stay in London. Never got to go anywhere else, and I'm really happy because Edinburgh's the Rare book signing is like 2 days, but it's only one day that each author signs.
Oh,
Like
okay.
half the authors sign on Friday, half the authors sign on Saturday. So I don't know which one she's signing on, but we're staying like after
Yeah.
and making it like a long little mini vacation. So it's gonna be really cool.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. Let's see. I was doing this. I gave Problem with Dating 4 stars because the ex-husband was annoying. Oh yeah. Exes.
I know those
Exes.
X's. I do have problems with
Yeah.
X's. This is my main problem with like X's in books is, and I don't know anything about like the X in this book, but I don't like it when an X is like so blatantly horrible.
Yes.
And you know that the hero or the heroine dedicated time to this horrible person. And I'm like,
yep.
They're this horrible, like surface level horrible.
Yep.
Why were you dating them? It like makes me think less of the hero or the heroine.
Nope, same. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm very picky about when there's going to be an ex that's like heavily featured in the plot line. I'm like, if they're terrible, it makes me think badly of the hero, the heroine.
I think I liked that there was a string of like single dads where they had supportive like ex-partners.
Yes,
you know, like Forbidden Hearts, she was really great.
Yes.
Also, who's the other one who just had a single dad that they were good? Oh, I remember now. There was another one that he was also, or she was also really good. Can't remember. Dang it, I can't remember. But I like when they can still be friends about it.
Yeah.
And then like not have them like throw a fit when they're dating someone else. Like that's what I really liked. It's one of the reasons I really did like Forbidden Hearts, because I so rarely see that. And I was like, oh, look, she's being supportive. Like, and she really cares about her kid. Like, she's giving him a hard time, not because she thinks he's a bad dad, but like it's important. So
right, agree.
Yeah. But yeah, and again, like it works sometimes, because like in like Cade's part, she caught him. You know, she caught him, she snatched him, and now
but she wasn't like a recurring like she showed up once, you know.
Right.
She showed up.
She wasn't drama.
Yeah,
she was only helpful to things.
Yes, exactly. She actually solidified the relationship even more by being there. So that was fine.
Yeah.
And like you said, she trapped him, so it's not like he was looking to date her anyway. So again, that was fine. That's all good.
We don't question his character for having liked her, but yep. Nope, totally agree. There's very few reasons why it could work, you know, unless you were like forced into that marriage the first time.
Right.
You know, like a Savage Tracker situation. She was in.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like whenever you marry somebody and you believe them to be one person, and then they're like horribly like crazy or abusive and stuff, that's one situation. But I'm just talking about like these people sound terrible.
Right. And it was just like
selfish and just dumb.
Yeah. I mean, also if they like cheated on you and you weren't expecting it. Yeah, Daniela, I always have true crime on too. So you need to know.
I love Great British Baking Show. I haven't watched like the newest season, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was my thing last night, because I was stuck. I was like, I didn't just want an ambient sound, and I've been wanting to rewatch Outlander. So I was like, well, just put it on. And if it's too distracting, then I'll change it. But it wasn't. It was perfect. And I got to skip the stuff I didn't want to see. So it's great.
Perfect.
I rewatch it. I'm like, oh, she's kissing Frank. Don't want to see.
No.
Just pretend I didn't see it. Just move along. I'm fine. Okay. Do the same thing. Just watch. Perfect. Okay. Lots of people loving it. Lots of people loving Scotland. Steph just went there with her family recently. Well, I guess it was a while ago now. This summer they went to a bunch of the Outlander places. So it's cool. Music leads you to singing. Yeah. Well, it's not even like there's ones that are the coffee shop with jazz. I don't want music.
Yeah.
Hi, Candace. Hello. The first book, Lena Hendricks, XOXO. Yes. That's one too. Yep. One touch, one look. Yeah. Evil X just makes me roll my eyes. Yeah. And again, it's fine in certain situations. That's always what it is. But why is the person horrible? Are they just like, why does every woman want her ex-partner back?
Yeah.
You know, because like, why did they get a divorce? Like, why? You know?
I just recently read, what was it? Oh God, what was the book? It was a Laura Pavlov. And this was a situation where it was an ex. They took a break, but like she wanted to get back with the ex. And everything she was telling the actual hero of the book, I was like, he sounds terrible. Why do you even want to get back together with him? Like, and that made me like the heroine a lot less, because I was like, I don't understand why you want. Apparently, the sex was bad. He wasn't supportive of her career. Like, he was condescending to her. He wouldn't let her move in, even though they've been dating for 10 years. I'm like, what is good about him? I'm confused why you want him.
Always have bad sex too.
Yes, and I'm like, you're gonna settle for this? And she's like, well, we've been dating for 10 years. I'm like,
no. You're I forgot one that this wasn't an ex like wife, but this one has an ex.
Oh, yeah, I still
And,
haven't read
like,
that one yet.
well, it's not out yet, so that's why you haven't read it yet, unless you got an arc of it.
No, yeah,
It's
you're
not out
right.
yet. It's out next Tuesday. But this one was interesting because, to not spoil that one, like, that's part of the tension is her ex is the guy's co-captain. So he's like, well, if he finds out I'm dating you, he's not going to make this easy. But also, like, it's the scenario of, like, he cheated is why they had to break up, but I actually had the most compassion for a guy, like, cheating as I know that sounds bad, but it honestly was like, yeah, he really fucked up, and he's, like, genuinely sorry, but he also just needs to let go. Like, it's one of
Mhm.
those, like, I don't want them to get back together, but I
Right.
don't hate that ex. Like, I don't, like, hate him for what he did. He
Okay.
was a stupid drunk boy. Like, I make him sound nicer than him. He's not a bad kid, but he's also a kid. Like, I'm reading he's, like, 21, and I was like, "Yeah,
Right.
you let the puck bunny get ya. Shame
Yeah,
on
you're
you."
being the dumb little,
Yeah, you let him get ya.
21-year-old.
And she said no, and or, I mean, the heron was like, "No, we're not." He's like, "But we're so good." And I was like, "Then you shouldn't have let someone else touch you then, because now it's done." But anyway, I was like it was handled really well because he wasn't made out to be a complete asshole about it. He genuinely, like, wanted to get her back, and he wasn't doing mean things to do it. But I'll stop talking about it because nobody else is ready yet, so I'll stop. But in the speaking of exes, I was like, "Oh, yeah, he was not a horrible ex." So, it's good stuff. Most women I know don't want their ex back. Yeah, right? I mean, I don't know. Speaking of someone who doesn't really have any, but still, I think of my friends who you're such a different person after just a little bit of not being with that person. Like, you couldn't be back with them again. So, anyway. All right, let's just jump into another one of these now.
Okay.
Hello, Care. Hello. Since I'm on a roll, hopefully you'll be able to finish your chapter and then.
Oh, yeah, I should be able to finish the chapter. Hopefully they meet at the end of this first chapter at the very least.
Oh, sure. Because otherwise, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
All right. And
Oh, yeah.
You got a lot cozier there.
I was definitely in my cozy element.
I love it. I love it. Before I forget anything, because we were talking about second chance / like marriage in trouble, Return to Monte Carlo. You need to read that. Kate C. Wells, her standalone. It's set in like the 80s. But it's well, I don't want to tell you. It's only like 200 pages, so I don't want to like say anything. But it's a second chance. It had aspects of Run Posey Run that we like, but it's not mafia. But
sounds great.
Yeah, anyway, we were talking about second chance, and I was like, I don't think you read that, and I really liked it, but also because I did read it in the middle of having just read a bunch of really bad books, so it also felt really good.
Got overshadowed by all the
bad books. Well, and I mean, I love her Rejected Mate ones, but number one, they've gotten longer and longer, and number two, they've gotten like heavier and heavier.
Yeah, I couldn't force myself to continue with the newest one just because I was just like, it was a little too painful, and I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm always gonna love the first one. I think that was just so good, but I think that was the heaviest I was willing to go, and she does put her characters through the ringer in that series for sure.
Yeah, and so I don't know, but this one, her little like standalone, I thought it was really unique and
awesome. I just got it on Kindle, so
yeah, that's one of my. Let me see if I missed some people's. Oop, come on. Care just finished the Souls trilogy. Oh, cool! I love that last book. Currently listening to Heartless Heathens. I've heard a lot about that. Keeping with the spooky theme. I know Megan L. had very interesting thoughts on that. She was reading that during a reading sprint. I think it's R8, so I didn't want to try it, but I thought it sounded interesting. Currently reading Caught Up. Nice. Shaniqua, I saw this. You are reading Row. Send help. Girl, that book, I hate it. It's one of like 2 books in the last 5 years I've given 1 star to. So
what's Rogan? It's not ringing a bell.
It's like set in the like 70s, and it's a like.
Oh wait, I know what you're talking about now. Now that you said it's set in the 70s, I gotcha. I remember now.
Called Row, and it has lots of fourth pregnancy shit in it.
I remember you telling me about this book. I remember you venting about it. So
I hate it so much. I mean, good for you, Shaniqua. Good for you. But I'm like, girl, my send help is the delete from my Kindle. That's the help that I can send you, because it didn't get better for me. I like it, and I finished the whole thing because I was waiting for like. Anyway, I don't want to spoil it for you if you actually care how it goes, Shaniqua, so I'll stop. But I just mean, like, I kept reading because I was like, is there going to be more to this than this? And in my opinion, there was not more to it than that. So I was like, why did you? Yeah, I have no clue. I have no clue what the author was doing. I mean, she never wrote another one in the series either, even though it's supposed to be a series. So obviously it was like, okay, yeah. Anyway, I don't even know. Here's the thing too. I don't even know if it was supposed to be a political message. I know that might be me being too generous. Like, it's called Row, whatever. But there's also a reason why their names like sound like that. So I don't know. But I'm like, if this is the type of statement you're trying to make, number one, I don't want to read that. But I didn't even think about it when I got it because I didn't know what it was about. So I was just like, oh, it's Row. He's a wild man. That's his name. It's Row. Cool. And then you read it. I'm like, oh, this is why you called it Row. I think, like when I was done, I was like, I think that's why you called it that. But I don't know. Anyway, so good luck, Shaniqua. That's all I can say. You're reading Madam. Nice, Jesslyn. Hope you enjoy that one. Reading Worst Best Man. Ooh, never did end up reading that one.
I read that one. We did it on the podcast.
Yeah.
It was a good little enemies to lovers.
Yeah. That was in the whole, like, I mean, it's still going on, but the whole, like, animated cover trend, and I just didn't read any of those books. I know there's some winners. I know.
I had gotten an arc of that one, actually.
Nice.
So that's why I had ended up by reading it out of all the illustrated covers.
Yeah. And then they're just never stopped. And now we're on like object covers, kind of.
Yeah.
But still animated covers. I think they're getting better a little bit.
The animated covers to me nowadays look better, but it's not anything that I'll gravitate towards, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Like the newer Rosie Danon, I think that's supposed to come out next month. Like that's like a illustrated cover, but like it's a prettier one in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it's not something that like,
yeah,
if I don't already recognize the author, I'm probably not gonna just want to pick it up.
Yeah, I have an arc of that one. That one looks good. It's been so long since she put out a book, so I hope
I know.
I was kind of sad there wasn't more in the series she was writing.
Yeah.
Because I love those two.
She must have been dealing with like personal stuff, or maybe she just wasn't inspired to write more in that series with sex workers. Maybe she just wanted something different.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was definitely willing to I grabbed the arc of it, so I hope I like it. But
I'm interested.
Yeah, the setup seems kind of interesting. But now I found out that Shane East is narrating it, and now I kind of want to wait until
the audiobook.
I was like, oh, I'm hoping it kind of like shows up because like it'll show up on NetGalley sometimes, like closer to. Because I'm like, oh, well, now I would rather listen to it. So I have to see if I get that. Reckless already made you cry. Oh my gosh, girl, I cried a lot when I read that one. I mean, it's why I did give it 6 stars when I first finished it, because I was a mess during that book. But yeah, not sure whether it's a winner out of the illustrated covers yet. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, isn't that one of the ones where there's no face though? Or is it?
I don't remember, honestly. I think so. I think there's like a wedding cake on the front of it.
Right.
And like she's pushing him off or something.
Yeah.
At
least that one would make sense why they didn't have a face. If it's like wedding toppers don't usually have faces, but
yeah, I literally can't recall. Like I'm about to go look it up now because it's like those simpler, stick figure looking illustrated covers trend that the hating game, I guess, kind of started.
Yeah. Well, let me just look. Now I want to look it up. The worst best. Oh, yeah. No faces.
No faces.
No faces. Just so weird.
I know.
I mean, I think we all thought like some of the prettiest ones were the Talia Hibbert, like those illustrated ones.
Oh yeah, like Danny Brown. That's still one of my favorites.
Yeah, like those ones have cute ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Either way, I don't want to just accept covers, but also at this point, you kind of just gotta.
I mean, none of the authors that I like desperately want have those covers right now, so it's not something that I really think about too much anymore.
Right. Yeah, and I mean the author that I was nervous about doing it, she backtracked it to give us the covers back.
Who?
Melanie Harlow.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Illustrate, but I mean, she just was doing for the first one, Runaway Love was. She was like, I'm just
gonna. Those are more like title centric to, not like people illustrated.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I meant to. Just the whole like no people stuff at all.
Yeah.
I don't love, And again, like, yeah, I can love this. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. These covers are good, but they are not all this.
Yeah.
This one looks unique.
Yeah, it looks, I like the design for that series for sure.
Yeah, but so many of them are just, they all like look the same.
Yeah. There's been a rash of I think they're maybe the ones that were picked up by Bloom, ironically, but like the Kennedy Ryans, Longshot and all of them, they have like the almost watercolor looking flowers, and then someone picked up, maybe Bloom picked up Torn and Tied by Karen Cole, which are also watercolor flowers that look so similar, and I'm like, all these books are looking super, super similar right now. The republished covers.
Is it Bloom that got them? Because I think that was someone else, because it's on a negative. But I mean, I agree with you. But I was just like, I think it was 2 different ones. Because is it?
Even if it's 2 different ones, it's very weird that like
they feel
everyone's doing these watercolor flower covers. Like, okay. And like in the same colors. Both of them were like purple and orange. It's like just so ironic that they both
Right.
got the same ones.
Yeah. I mean, Kennedy Ryan's ones, guess what? It matches the characters. Their names are flowers. So
I totally understand that 100%.
like that
Absolutely.
one works. So many of the others, I'm like, there's no flowers even connected to this. So like in that case, like I was like, oh, this works for you because you have
Right.
flower names for your characters.
Yes. Does make
Nobody
sense.
else does.
Yeah, exactly. That
So
definitely does
weird
make sense for
alone.
sure. We'll always be grateful that I do have the hot mail covers though, because she selected some stunning cover models for that series.
Oh, so much. Yeah. Well, and yeah, I'm not the person to have the conversation, but I think Kennedy Ryan's book covers have always had great representation on the front of them.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, I understand then changing the covers to match what is on the shelves, but it is kind of sad to lose, those couples
Yeah.
on covers. And like, I don't know, Real has one of the prettiest covers that I've seen in years, and I don't want that to
It's
just
a
be
beautiful
like, I
cover.
don't want that to just be a clapper or something from a film.
Yeah.
Like, deserves to have that. But anyway, that's just my feel. If it gets in more people's hands, that's what they're saying about it. But I still want it to be pretty people. So hopefully that still sticks around for the ones we like,
Yeah.
or alternate cover stuff. I'm okay when they're both available. There's a lot of authors making both available. Like Mila Finelli, she does have flower covers for all the mafia ones. Jagger Cole has flower covers. I didn't even know that because I never look at them, but he has alternate covers of his mafia ones that have flowers. So it happens.
Yeah. I feel like authors find it necessary to do that nowadays, which kind of makes me sad because I mean that means more of an investment for them to
Yeah.
feel like they can appeal to both people who are like, I don't like feeling comfortable with having, people on the cover, and then other people that be like, I like the people on the cover. So I feel like they are doing it because they don't want to disappoint people.
Yep. Yep. This one is true, even the special edition. So one of the reasons why, okay, I had gotten the Fabled book box, which comes from Australia, because I wanted to get Pam Godwin's, which I did. Thank goodness,
Mhm.
got nodded, which is gorgeous. But every other book, I had them for like 3 months. Every other book I got from them was flowers or vines on the cover of the books. And I was like, I'm paying a good amount of money to get this, and I think you're boring. Like, you didn't do anything. The one had pink vines and flowers 1 month, the next had green and purple vines and flowers. And I'm like, are you
Right.
I'm not gonna pay this much for special editions when you haven't done anything creative. Like, at least like Arcane Society has like the reversible cover so they can have like, you know,
Speaking of, I saw it because Alona Andrews sent out a newsletter, which they keep their fans pretty abreast of everything. But they showed a sneak peek apparently with Arcane, but I saw it first with Alona Andrews for Blood Air. I want that book box so bad, and I'm so afraid because Alona Andrews is telling all of her fans, who I
yeah,
feel like a lot of them probably aren't subscribed to Arcane. It is
yeah,
going to have a general sale, but I'm like, am I going to get a box? Because I
yeah.
feel like a lot of people are going to be
Yeah.
clamoring for it. So I'm very worried and I want it so badly. I'm like,
Like,
ugh.
I can't tell you how pissed I am that like I canceled it. I had it for 6 months, which I got 3 boxes and I didn't like any. Like, I got in line for Arcane because I knew they were gonna have some people later I wanted.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
first 3 boxes I got was no one I cared for. So I was like,
Yeah.
well, I needed to cut stuff. I was spending so much on these.
It's hard to justify it at that point.
And then
Yeah.
as soon as I canceled, they announced Carissa Broadbent, and then they
Of
announced Ilona
course.
Andrews, which
Yeah.
again, like, I haven't read those, but I totally would have gifted those. Like, I would have saved those for Christmas and gifted them to someone because I have multiple friends who read those. And like, I don't know. The Carissa Broadbent, I just saw some show up and they're not going for too bad.
Yeah.
Could snag those if I want, but I don't love those that much. I
They
don't know.
they aren't
They're
like
okay. They're
something that
pretty.
you absolutely need.
Yeah.
I'm still a little salty about that whole situation because Carissa Broadbent having that reversible cover that she made whenever the books were still indie, and
Yeah.
she did say that she was going to have them available in our shop, but then I think during the course of that, she got her offer. And when they do offers like that, they're not going to let her sell an alternative cover because they want them to buy the new re-release covers. And I'm like, that's just so sad because it was so beautiful. Like whoever illustrated the cover, it reminds me of the what is it, the Dusty shop that we have. The oh my god, it reminds me of those covers, and you know how much I love them. Like they're one of my favorite dust jackets for the Sarah J Maas
I have them at the top now
series. Like they're just so beautiful, and that's what it reminded me of. And I'm like, I wanted it so badly for the Serpent and the Wings of Fate, and it's probably never gonna happen. I'm sad about that, but
I feel like that stuff is tough. I'm happy for all like the fantasy romance that's getting picked up, but you know, the people we love are too famous, so their stuff keeps getting all snatched up.
It's true. It's true.
You know, I'm like, dang it, why do I have to like these so much? So this I want to talk about. Did you see the Megan Quinn stuff? Did I send you that, or did someone show you?
No, because I don't really read her. So
well, me neither. I've never read her, but she, for her 10th publishing anniversary, did like 15 of her books with clinch covers.
Oh, really?
Yes. So you get cool. Yeah, you should look her up because like I've never read any of them, but I'm tempted to buy like one or two because they're beautiful. And yeah, so like some of her
found even regular covers to be beautiful. Honestly, that's why I picked up her books in the first place. They just weren't really for me, but that's such an interesting idea to do some clinch covers. Oh my god, how cool!
I know. It reminds me too.
Oh,
you know,
wow.
that's what, you know, when Katie Robert did that for the Villain series, like I love those covers for those. And yeah, Melissa is the one I saw her post it, and I was like, I don't even read her, but like I'm gonna buy one or two of these because
what a fun idea.
I know.
Like they're still like contemporary, like they have like the guitar. Oh, I want that one.
I know, because she said in her like first post, she said like this is my ode to the romances I read when I was younger, and I was like, yes, girl. So anyway,
now I have to buy one too. Damn it.
My like point with it is that I think, you know, it's just the example too of like everything goes in its waves. And if the special editions are going to be like that, I would love it. Like the fact that those are all done by like an artist, there's no like AI used in them. And it's like she commissioned all those covers. I'm like, I support that 1000%. They look fantastic.
Wow. So, okay. I'm going to definitely have to get one just because I think that it's such a fun idea. Even though I with her writing style, I love that she did this. So
I want to find one that like matches the cover of like a historical I like, because there's some like, you know, inspirational poses for sure. So those are beautiful.
This is too cool. I'm excited by it now.
I know. That's why I was like, I must not have sent it to you, but yeah, I have a few and I've never read them, and I know you'd read a couple and hadn't, but I love that she's doing that. And yeah, I was like, way to go.
I love this.
Yep. Bottom line is I just want to choose between a flower cover and a model. Yep. Totally agree. Totally agree. Because flowers are delicate and I know delicate little creatures.
It's funny.
Yeah. I love it. Heavy on the sarcasm. I got you, Steph. I got you. Ella Frank is also doing special editions for 10 or 15 with her tri-series. Oh, are they with hunky men on them? Because those covers were awkward AF when I read that series.
That's funny.
I tried to reread that series actually, and I was like, wow, this is so coercive. This is the most coercive, like, gay romance that I've ever read. And it's not even like a dark one.
I think I don't know what the first one in the Try series is, but I think I attempted to read that one.
It's Try.
It is?
Yeah.
Try is the first book? Okay.
Yeah, pretty positive.
Oh my god, this one's so funny. This one's that oh shit. What is it? I don't think I have it. The Joanna Lindsay one.
Oh yeah, Rogue. Yeah, or Rogue.
The Mother Rogue with his butt hanging out, like that 100% is the Joanna Lindsay pose. Oh my god, I love it.
I was like, these are so cool. So
I think I might have to get The Way I Hate Him though, because I absolutely love this one. It looks great. She's like literally opening his shirt. Oh my god, this is too funny. Oh, this is cool.
I hope it kind of makes me like I I don't know. There's just so many authors I want to like do that. And yeah. Commission it that way is like for your special editions, do these like covers.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So anyway.
Okay. Sorry. I got distracted by this.
Okay. I was like, it's so cool. Ella's doing it herself. She has a form in her Facebook group. Oh, okay. Cool. I was just trying to look her up and I didn't know. But yeah, whatever. As long as the book inside is good, I'm usually willing to try stuff. But I'm just, the flowers and the designs like just go right by me at this point.
Yeah. Whenever it's overly saturated, like, of course, like when I'm not going to say that I don't get drawn into some floral covers because pretty, if they're done well, they can be pretty. But whenever it's just like, oh, I've seen this cover 1,000 times and it gets old, eventually the trends get old.
Right.
Eventually they have to be phased out for something new and exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also love when, hold on one second. I'm looking at it right here. The other option too is like, I like what A.L. Jackson does where like you can have like 2 different covers because she like has this cover underneath.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that she did that.
Yeah, these are her hardcovers you can get. And so I like that option too. Because like I actually like this as a, like this isn't a boring like, it's still a really pretty one.
Yeah.
And then she still has hunky Chad underneath here.
Love it.
The spy. I mean, he still gets his covers,
Mm-hmm.
Chad is the cover in like every Mafia series that I've loved. He's in one of them. He's in a cover by someone that I like. Like he's on one of Jagger's books. He's on one of well, Maggie has him on the auction, not in her Mafia one, but yep, it's good stuff. Catherine Cowles does that with her newest series too. Oh yeah, underneath it. Yeah, it's really cool. Oh, here's a good question. What do y'all think the next trend will be cover-wise? We had the object phase and the flowers, so what's next? That's a good question.
I don't know. Because I mean, like, there's not like a whole ton of like general variety. It's either going to be people, title, or objects, but it's just like the way that there's going to be a style that's going to be trendy necessarily. Yeah. I think that the title centric is going to stick around for a while, honestly. Maybe
that the watercolor look will be kind of a thing.
Yeah. And then like Claire Kingsley's new book, like Obsession Falls, that being like title centric, but it still has like a background, really, like a, not like the illustrated background, but like an actual like
landscape.
Yeah, landscape looking background that might be hanging around for a bit. I feel like people will lean into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
I also really like, I didn't like the book so much, but like the style of like Grimstone, I really love that cover.
Yeah.
A lot. I mean, granted, that one's more for like a spooky vibe, but
I'm just drawn to the spooky vibe looking books because I was just thinking I didn't even like this book and I DNF'd it, but the Coven,
yes,
I love that cover. I was like, oh, I love this,
Yep.
So object covers can definitely get me too. It's just the more, if I feel like I just haven't seen it before and it's creative, then I'm definitely drawn to it.
I feel like the place that I am never disappointed is in monster romance and fantasy. They have had some stunning covers,
Yeah.
The Wraith King has the prettiest cover I've seen all year. Like, it's so pretty.
I mean, so I would definitely, I was like, if we could get this artist, it would be really amazing because I saw that artist, Thander Lynn. I don't know who had shared it. Somebody years ago had shared the Lore Lust covers. And I was like, these are freaking gorgeous. And I love them. And so I had saved that artist because I always am on the lookout for artists for Juliet for future projects.
No, that was the same person.
Yeah. So I was like, this artist has like very cool style. And so when she was thinking about what should I do for Wraith Kings, I had mentioned Thander Lynn and she was like, I wonder if she's available. And she ended up by being available. And like, when I tell you the process of like the way that she even sketched out, like, here are the different poses that we could do for this. The sketches were gorgeous. She's incredibly talented. She's ridiculous. So
I love it. I'm so excited. It's just,
yeah.
I already am like, I can't wait to have it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to have it. Like, I love how the other covers I love, and I think she does them. I could be wrong. Lillian Lark, her monster
Oh
covers.
my gosh, Lillian Lark's covers are really great.
I believe she does them. I could be wrong. I'd have to look because I used to follow her on TikTok. I loved her TikTok. She always had Monster Rex and her own books in there. And she has a dragon book coming out the same week as all the other dragon books.
Love it. I mean, I can't get enough of dragon books, so I'm not even mad at it.
Yeah, Hoarded by the Dragon, and it's like, I don't think it's a secret pregnancy. Maybe she's already pregnant. I don't know, but there's a pregnant lady on the front and a dragon hoarding her, and I'm like, I'm here.
You know what I really love, and I don't even know if it'll like continue being a trend and maybe like outside of monster romances, but I was thinking about the like special edition like Naomi Lucas, and they are illustrated, but they look like meticulously like painted, you know, with the Not Your Guide series. Like they look really beautiful, and just like with Katie Roberts, like the, you know, more historically looking one, the dragon one, like those, I really like those. Like those are the type of illustrated covers I can get behind, that they look like an oil painting. Like I want that full of detail,
because they are a work of art.
Yes.
And again, I'm not shading on the artists who, I'm glad that they get to do those covers for Berkeley and for all of those. I just, they don't have the same individuality. Like I can't tell if it's the same person making all the covers or not. Whereas like when I look, like the woman who does Tiffany Roberts, a lot of hers, her name is Sam. And like I see her art and I know it's her. Or Vamori, who does a lot of, they do a lot of like commissioned art. Like Vamori has made like a lot of pieces for Tiffany Roberts or them. Like I see their art and I know it's them because it's a signature look.
Yeah.
And illustrated cover like The Worst Best Man, like I can't tell if it's the same, you know, if that's someone's art. And that isn't to disparage them. It just doesn't feel
distinctive,
alive. Yeah, the Naomi Lucas ones, those are so beautiful. I have all of those too.
They're absolutely gorgeous, but I would love to have more of an ode to 80s historical romances where they look like they're oil painting kind of covers for contemporaries and for, you know, any genre, not just historical. I think it works well. Obviously, Monster Romance has taken it and run with it, and I love that. So
yeah, I love that too. I am sad that, well, and we'll see who does it. I'm sad that Juliet never did like clinch covers for the Stay a Spell books, but
I mean, never say never, especially like, you know,
hopefully someone will someday. That is something I really wanted.
Wouldn't that be cool to have like that kind of like, you know, design, like a clinch cover, kind of like what Megan Quinn does with that? That would be fun.
Show her those Megan Quinn ones.
I will. I'm gonna tell her.
But I mean, I know now someone else has them, but you know, maybe they'll be like, hey, you know, because it could be so beautiful. Like, oh, okay. Imagine this. Sorry, I gotta freak out for a second. Imagine this, like the cover of have you seen the cover of his Darkest Craving by Tiffany Roberts, where it has the shadow of him behind him? Imagine that with like Alpha and Mateo.
Oh my god, yeah, behind Mateo. That would be so freaking
kind of like how the art had the art that the artist did.
Yeah.
Like imagine that as a clinch cover, like.
Yeah, the art, the redesigns of all of the Tiffany Roberts that she's been doing, even for the which was actually the first books that I read by her, was the I always call them the octopus men. You know what I'm talking about? The Krakens. The new covers like are beautiful. Like I love the style of all of her new monster romances. Like those covers I can get behind. They feel so creative and very like tailored to the story, you know? Like it's custom for sure. It's not just like anybody can make this.
It helps make those books more like welcoming too.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people have trouble with Ensnared, the ones who have trouble with it, but like I see those covers and
I still want Juliet to read them.
Didn't she read the first one?
Did she?
I'm pretty sure she did.
She might have, but
because
I wanted her to want to binge them.
Because did she read some of the snake ones?
She did, and she was fine with that. But like the spider was one that she couldn't.
I thought she did try. I don't know, because the audiobooks for all 3 of those are out now too. I'm saving the last one because a lot of sad stuff happens in that one too. But like, oh, those are so good. I can't wait for them to put out the Bricks books, but
yeah,
I don't know. They have a lot going on this year, but yeah, all such good stuff. I just love it. But well, I knew we'd have some fun stuff to talk about, so we'll go ahead and wrap this up. But yeah, this was great. All these pretty covers. Yeah, the Lauren Less covers are beautiful. I have seen those before. Yeah, there's all good things. There's new stuff coming all the time, and someone will try something, and when it gets super popular, then other people will do it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and it's kind of how I wonder too of like how much is someone actually really liking a cover, or like a book is beloved, and because everyone's buying it, everyone else is like, oh, they like that cover. And so then they make a cover that matches so that they trick people into buying their books, you know?
Possibly. Yeah.
And it's like, no, none of us actually like that cover, but now you've made them all have it. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, thanks everyone for joining us. We hope that you had some fun. You got some stuff done. And hopefully we'll do one of these again soon.
Yeah.
So have a good afternoon or evening.